Hello everyone, my name is Markiplier, and you're now watching Disney Channel. So capitalism sucks. I know that in my post, if you're watching this, as it comes out, I said that I'm going to be having a banger video coming out. I planned on having one. I was going to talk about fashion and how the fashion industry is a farce because like high fashion and luxury is kind of just fake because if you just attach a price tag to something, people will assume that is the price and assume luxury with it. Um, but then I realized, well, that kind of also ties into capitalism. And so capitalism sucks. That is a very hard word to say for some reason. Why am I struggling to say capitalism? Capitalism sucks. Anyways, I'm leaving all of that in, by the way. Yeah, it sucks. Now I'm just gonna rant about it for a bit. Get some tea, get some coffee, get some hot chocolate, my favorite. Put on a game, do some chores, whatever. I'm happy to be a second screen. Just put me on, let me yap for a bit to you guys, and you can do whatever you want while this is happening. So, um, will firstly acknowledge I am too straight, white, and male to understand the complexities of how capitalism can tie into feminism and racism and the patriarchy and all of that stuff. I understand that it does, but I'm not going to, and I'm obviously touching on it now, but I'm not going to delve into that aspect of it just because I do not have those lived experiences, so I am unable to talk about it, which seems obvious, but I just want to clarify that just for anyone wondering. So you can talk about it in the comments if you want to. Cool, very happy. But I am happy to learn. But yeah, I'm not woke enough for that. I'm no, that was a stupid thing to say, but I'm leaving it in. No, I'm not well versed enough in the world to speak on those experiences. What I am going to speak about is the fact that everything is expensive. I went out to eat yesterday because my power was out for some reason. If you know, you know. And so we went out to eat to grab some food, charge our phones, whatever. Um, and like the price was all right. It was decent, but it was like still like so expensive compared to what it would have been like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like I was thinking if this was like 150 rand cheaper, I have no problem paying for it. But like, you know what I mean? Everything's so expensive now. Um, and obviously, that's not just capitalism. That's just a symptom of like rising cost of living. But also, why is there a rising cost of living? Why is my power out? Why do we have to pay for water and electricity and food when those are basic human rights that every human should be entitled to? But it's because that you can make money off of that because it's human rights. You can make money off of that, and it's like, okay, I don't like that. Apparently, I was talking to someone, and apparently there was a whole thing about the military-industrial complex in the USA, in United States of America, and like pharmaceutical companies, which that's another thing. Why do we have to pay for medicine? I know some people in like Europe and everything, free healthcare, whatever, but it's still taxed. And like I get it, like on the one hand, it's like, why do we have to pay for medicine? But on the other hand, it's like, oh, but then who's gonna do it? Like there's people. I knew a person who worked in the medical like production line. Like they worked in like packing pills and like crushing them and everything. So it's like, who's going to pay them? And like, sure, they deserve a living wage, but also, why do we have to pay for something that makes us better? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm feeling sick, I don't want to have to now worry about like, can I afford to go to the hospital? And I know that that's like the truth for like a bunch of people all around the world. Like the United States of America, a bunch of people just like cannot afford healthcare. Like I'm watching The Pit, which really good show, highly recommend. You should watch it. And I'm talking to someone specific when I say that they know who they are. Um, but something they talk about there is like how you just can't afford to have healthcare, and it's such a ridiculous idea because like if you like think about it logically, um, you have the members of society, the members of a country, then if they get sick, they cannot work. If they cannot work, they cannot provide for the country. If they cannot provide for the country, they're essentially useless to the country that needs providing for. I don't think they're useless, but in terms of like society and capitalism and everything, if you aren't making money, you're useless. I'll touch on that in a bit. But if the sick can't make the money to make the country run, why not focus on healing the sick? Like, I get that some companies do provide like healthcare and everything for their employees, which is great because a sick employee is a non-functioning employee. A non-functioning employee doesn't bring in any money. It makes sense logically. But then some people are like, well, no, if you're sick, you still have to come to work because we're going to take your money away, and that doesn't breed a sense of like togetherness and support. And we're here for you. This is a company that you want to work with. This is a company that you should be excited to go for. It just breeds an idea of, well, I'm not allowed to get sick because then they're going to take my money away because I'm not making any money, which is a so far out the idea. Like I cannot understand it. I understand why people do it. No, sorry, I don't understand why people do it. I understand that people do it, but I don't understand why people do it. It's such a far out there idea. Anyways, um, back to the whole like medical thing and the pit, and it's like they talk about people can't afford stuff, and like I said, if you track it logically, it's the functioning members of society can make money and the non-functioning can't, so you should focus on the non-functioning members of society. That's on unhoused people. That's on um, other people that just aren't functioning. Like I'm not saying they're non-functioning in terms of like, oh, they need to just back up and get a job. I'm talking non-functioning in the terms of if society views you as functioning from the point of view of you are making money and then they're non-functioning. That's a whole other issue. And again, capitalism ties into homelessness problem and like medical issues and everything. I'm just talking about the things that annoy me of capitalism. So this is also going to be all over the place, by the way. I know I should have said that at the start, but you're getting it now. So deal with it. Um, but yeah, something that I said I'll touch on earlier, I'm touching on it now. Um, or I'm talking about it now, is if you're not making money, you're useless. It's not a true statement. I'm not saying that as like a blanket true statement, okay, for anyone that feels like that. I feel like that a lot of the time. The reason I'm making these videos is because I have something to do. I currently don't have a job. It's fine, how the world is. Um, but if I'm sitting down and I'm not actively doing something, I get this like feeling inside of me that it's like, oh no, there's something wrong with what you're doing. And this is just about me, but like if I get that feeling, then I'm like, okay, this is stressing me out. I don't want to do anything. And then I'm not doing anything, and then I get the feeling, so I stress, and I don't. It's a whole cycle. I know a ton of people feel like that, and I'm sorry. But yes, capitalism has bred a sense of you have to be doing something in order to be worth it and have value in order to be enough and fit into society. You have to be making money. And if you're not making money, then you're not doing something. And if your hobbies aren't making money, then you're wasting time with them and it's useless. And if you're not good at something, you should give it up. That's not true. That's just me. I don't know why I said that. That's just, well, not just me, obviously. That's, society as a whole. A lot of people feel if they're not good at something, you should give it up. It's not true. If you're not good at something, carry on. I saw a thing a couple months, weeks, I don't know, a couple while ago that said this is someone it was like a TikTok comment. Someone commented this is going to take you 3 years, and then the original poster replied, the time will pass anyway. So yeah, if you want to do a hobby, go for it. I'm trying out 1,000 hobbies right now. I'm not good at any of them because I'm probably trying out 1,000, but I'm trying. As long as you try, that's all. Just try. Going back to capitalism, if you're not working, you're useless. It's such a stupid, stupid sentiment. You have value beyond what you bring and beyond what you do. You have value. And so the idea that society has now just bred this culture of you have to be working, you have to be making money, you have to be this and this and this. Your hobbies have to make you money. You have to have a side job on top of your normal job, on top of your other side job. It's like you have to constantly be making money. It's such a dumb idea. Frankly, it's a dumb idea, and it's spawned out because of capitalism and 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 rising costs of living. If you have a job that does not compete or keep up with the amount of money that things cost, you're going to need to get a side job. And you see other people getting side jobs. You think I don't have a side job. You think you're useless. And again, it's that whole thing of if you're not making enough money, you're useless. It's such a dumb idea because people already have so much going on just with the world by and large. And now we have to worry about like, oh, if I'm not playing guitar for money, then I shouldn't actually learn how to play guitar. I should do something else. It's like, no, just have fun with life. Like you're not allowed to have fun with life, really. Like even like while making these YouTube videos, I'm thinking, okay, how can I best market them and advertise them so I can grow the quickest, so I can make money soonest. Which sure, that would be great. Don't get me wrong, but these videos aren't like I want to make money off of them. No, sorry. I don't want to make money off of them. If I make money off of them, I'm very happy to. It's not something I'm going to say no to, but it's something that I just want to do because I have a lot of thoughts in my head and I want to just yap and get them out. And this is and in this way, you're just kind of trapped and you have to hear them. So it's something I'm doing to just get thoughts out. And if it makes me money along the way, great. But then there's always that part of me being like, okay, you have to talk about the most relevant thing. You have to talk about the most accurate and relevant and do perfect um like search engine SEO, search engine optimization in order to get the most views, to make the most money, to make the to make the most money the fastest. And it's like, that's not, I'm going to burn out if I do that. I'm going to burn out if I just try to make money off of this. I need to just let it happen. Tame Impala reference. He's just one guy. But no, I do. I need to just let it happen. If this makes me money, great. If it doesn't, great. It's something I'm doing. It's a thing to get out. And the fact that that voice in my head is there is because of the society being like, well, we need money. You need to be making money, or else you're useless and you don't have worth to society. And it's such an annoying idea because it isn't a true idea. Sure, it is great if you're making money, you have a side job, you have a good work-life balance, all of that. It's like I'm not saying that you shouldn't. If you want to make more money, if you're happy to have a side job and a hobby that makes you money, all the power to you, go for it. I'm very happy for you. But if you're doing it just because you think you should be doing it, that's not okay. What's the point of doing that? I don't like the idea of doing something because you should. It's you should do something that you want to do. In life, there are things you should do. You should be a good person. Blah 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 blah. And I get that. And generally speaking, you're gonna have to do things you don't want to do because you should be doing them. But when it comes to individuality and individually, like something like me, if I'm doing something that I want to do, I'm more likely to do it than it's something I should do. Like if I have a job and I should be waking up in the morning and I should be getting there at this time and everything, or like waking up at like 6 a.m. Everyone does that. I know. I'm not saying I don't want to wake up at 6 a.m. I'm gonna stop clarifying myself. Um, but if it's like I should, it's like then it's not something I want to do. But if I want to wake up at 6 a.m., I'm waking up at 6 a.m., But if it's something I should be doing, it's not something I want to do. And I know that was a very sweeping generalization. I tend to make a lot of those. Sorry for the movement. I tend to make a lot of sweeping generalizations. But if you're doing something you want to do, you're more likely to do it. Obviously. I don't know. I'm getting so philosophical. I'm just trying to talk about how money sucks. Um, I don't think that. Anyways, yeah. Let me clarify myself. I am not. I'm gonna stop talking about philosophy. If you want a video on that, if you want me to talk about that next week or whatever, let me know. Um, Capitalism sucks. It breeds a culture of work and money, and how you should be doing things to make money, and it makes the rich richer, which eat the rich. I don't like that. We need like higher taxes and everything for a bunch of rich people, billionaires. The billionaires shouldn't exist. Straight up, capitalism breeds them, and it's a whole thing. It's the whole thing of like, if the McDonald's, let's say minimum wage, McDonald's is a minimum wage job. I assume. I don't know if it's above minimum wage or whatever, the CEO is a billionaire. It's billion dollar company, which is stronger than my currency. It's a $1 billion company, and yet the people who make the money are earning minimum wage. It doesn't make sense. Amazon, $1 billion company, people who make the money earning a minimum wage. It's like those are the people that's the reason you have $1 billion is because of the people that you're not paying the correct money to. And it makes me so mad because it's such a greedy thing. Drew Gooden has a great video on greed and how greed is destroying the world. And he shows statistics and everything. He has like a proper, well thought out, well documented video. He doesn't just sit in front of a microphone and yell like I'm doing. Um, but yes, greed sucks and it's destroying the world. We don't need billionaires. Billionaires don't need to exist. Eat the rich. Ah, anyways, let me calm down a bit. Um, Capitalism sucks, and I don't think that societally we need to get rid of it. But also, I don't know enough about things like communism or socialism to fully speak on those, to fully talk about, oh, we should just, every country should just be communist or socialist or um, Methodist. No. What's the other one where it's like the smart people are at the top, whatever. I don't have enough knowledge to speak on those. I from what I understood, I used to understand. I was like, socialism. We need to have socialism, which yeah, I mean, it does seem like a decent way of living, but I suppose there's like ups and downs with everything. Um, I would rather just billionaires didn't exist. Anything to stop the billionaires. You know what I mean? Anything to stop the yachts. Yes, this was brought about by Sam Altman this week or last week as of recording. But this is probably going out the same day it was recorded if I focus on it. But this was also brought about by Sam Altman's home being, you know, uh, torched or whatever. Someone threw a Molotov at it. And I also read a great essay. I think it was on Substack. A friend sent it to me. Um, about how everyone's just mad. Everyone's mad at CEOs, billionaires. The working class are mad and they are revolting. And you know what I say? Viva la revolution. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to incite anger or violence or anything. I'm not a violent person. Um, I do recognize violence as a place in a society that um, calls for it, but not violence against each other. Because remember, we're fighting this battle. We need to be fighting this battle. Okay, the lower class has to be fighting the upper class. We need to stop this. All right. Um, I'm getting a bit mad, and I think that's all the time for I have today. I mean, I have, you know, plenty of time, but I'm getting a bit mad, so I'm just gonna calm down. Eat the rich. Viva la revolution. Capitalism sucks. Please leave in the comments your views. Please, well, capitalism sucks is a generalization, but it sucks. Leave your views, leave your philosophies. Tell me in the comments if you want a video delving into anything specific. I'm happy to do research and everything. Um, yeah, let me know. Don't forget to watch Drew Gooden's video. I might leave it in the description if I remember. If I don't, wah, wah. Boo. I have no idea why it's so dark. On my phone, it looks dark here when I'm recording. I hope it looks better in the editing software. If it doesn't, I should try to brighten this up. Um, I do want to thank you for watching this video. I don't know how I finished my last sentence, and I just want to film my outro quick because it hasn't become nighttime. Um, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for letting me just yap. Uh, I appreciate it. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I remember saying, go watch Drew Gooden's video. It's on Greed is Destroying the World. It's way more concise and, well-rounded and funnier. Even though nothing's funnier than me, but I'll allow him to be. And it's just a lot more well thought out. But this video is just me talking to you about a bunch of things that I'm annoyed at. Anyways, so which one's better? I mean, who's to say? That's a tough decision. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a dislike, unsubscribe. But if you're not subscribed already, then you can subscribe, and then you might as well just leave it alone. And I mean, if you're like leaving a dislike, um, you could just press the other one if you want to. I don't know. It's a free world to your choice. It's not a free world because of capitalism, but call back to the thing you just watched that I recorded a couple hours ago. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Um, Goodbye. I don't know. I forget how I finish these videos. I know it's been like a week or 2 weeks since I recorded my last one. Um, okay, bye. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.